Alright guys, I'm just at my little desk here. I just wanted to show you guys how I create my Etsy listings, some of the things that I do, how I do my tags. I'm just going to take you over onto the computer now and just show you some of the things that I'm doing and how I'm getting the results I'm getting. So stay tuned.
All right, guys. So I just popped over to my Etsy dashboard just to kind of show you where my Etsy's at. I've only been really up in the listings for the last couple of months. But as you can see here, I've 1% conversion rate. That's the revenue in the last 30 days. Ups and downs, but it's um, it's still a work in progress. Like I said, I have other businesses and things that I also do alongside this. So I've only really been putting a bit of attention into this one recently. But anyway, let me show you how I get my listings for Etsy, obviously in terms of 3D printing. So if I click over to listings, here's some of mine. I hit add new listing. So here we are right here. And the website I use, is a few different websites you can use, but the one I use mainly is Thingiverse. So you can go over to Thingiverse, and there's literally thousands of different designs that you can take, and you can put on your own Etsy for yourself. There are a few stipulations. If you go down to here where it says filter by, what we really want to do. By the way, this is what I do. This isn't what you should do. You should consult a lawyer or somebody and get some real advice on how to kind of do this for yourself. But so what you're going to do is you're going to come down to what we're going to do is you're going to come down to Creative Common Attribution, and you can also do share alike as well. To be honest, I'll try it and click it and see if it will. I don't think it will do it. But anyway, let's find something and then I'll show you the process. So let's just type in hook, for example. Let's just take this general purpose hook. Let's have a look. Right, so this one's a good one. So this hook here, you could technically put this on your Etsy store. Like I said again, this is what I do. Like you said, you can consult somebody about it, but here's the pictures of it. So what you want to do is you want to go down to the bottom, and this bit where it says license, where it says Creative Common Attribution, you can technically put this on your Etsy. The person hasn't put a non-commercial. So it says here, copy, redistribute the material in any medium or format, adapts, transform, or build upon the material for any purpose, even commercially. So what you're going to want to do is take your own pictures, ideally, as in print this out yourself and take your own photos. Unless the person's give you permission or something to take their photos, and you can kind of copy, save them. But just for the purpose of this, I'll just literally copy or save these images. I'll just take two of these, for example. And then what you're going to want to do is come back over to, well, we'll copy this first, general purpose hook. All right. Or you can call it whatever you want, but I'm just literally, this is just for an example for you. So we'll just paste that in there. So general purpose hook. And then you want to click on this here. So add up to 10 photos. Try and use all the photos if you can. Because more photos, the more likely it is for someone to purchase it, because they can see the product from multiple angles, and there's no confusion about what they're buying. So fill this all the way up, and also you can put a little video in there as well. So if you have a video of it, I'll do another video about the light box and stuff that I use, but we'll just go all the way down. Description, you're just going to want to, me personally, I kind of have a bit of text in here which kind of says, some of the items are 3D printed. They don't, they're not always perfect, but we do check them and things like that. But you can just put general hook. You could put comes in black, white, or grey. You could just say that. You can also write some form of description. And then what you're going to want to do is come down to general purpose. Oh, sorry, I can't come down to this general purpose. Copy that. Oh, my mistake. Getting a bit carried away. So you're going to want to copy that down below. That's what I do. Just to show you, because obviously it's got the person's name in there as well, and obviously it's under Creative Commons attribution. And then what I always do is I copy the link to it. This also is very handy for when you actually come to find the listing, unless you've got it saved on your computer. But for me, I've got like over at the moment, like 400 listings. So trying to find the file, it could be a bit of a nightmare on my computer. So I could literally just copy this and then open it in a new tab anytime I come to print it. Then I've got another one right there, and then I can just download the file again if I need to. And also what you're going to want to do is, so we've got two files here. Let's just say the general purpose. So we're going to want to download that. Obviously I use Bamboo. I've got a Bamboo printer. I've also got a Creality printer and a few others, but they're the main two I'm using at the moment. But the Bamboo's, it's really good. I can do a review on that sometime. But here's a general hook. So we're going to move that over, and we just use, I'm not sure if this item has supports, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just slice it for a second, and it's just going to give us a rough estimate of the price, the time. So cost is, I don't know, it's probably like 8 cents or something, if I'm reading that right. So it's not really going to cost a lot in terms of filament. As you can see, look, 3.39 grams it's going to use. So not a lot of filament at all. So I mean, you could probably price this for, $4 or wherever whatever your currency is. But let's just say, I don't know, we'll do $4.99. Something like this, you're probably going to want to do in a bundle. So maybe you could just write in here, comes as a pack of 4, just so the person knows. And obviously you can just put that you have 100 so that you don't run out in terms of quantity, and that's going to that saves it in being inactive and then you not realizing that it's inactive. So you've got 100. And then core details, what is it? It's a physical item. Who made it? I did. What is it? A finished product. When do you make it? I put made to order, and you hit apply. Then you come down to category. We'll just call it door hook or hook. Let's just do hook. We'll see what comes up. So you're going to want to put it in the category which has the most categories in it, which is applicable to what your item is. But I'm just going to put it in hooks and fixtures, kind of a bit general, to be honest with you. So hooks and fixtures, you can put in here what material is it. We'll just go plastic. And then what I do is I go to primary color, and you can select, if you're just starting out, you can just do black, white, or just black or all white things, depends on what you want. But for me, I go for quite a few of the colors now, because it just increases your chances of making more sales. I don't do purple, I do pink, I do red as well, and pink. And I actually also do silver and gold as well. Then you just hit done. You can vary the prices and stuff if you want, but for me, I kind of get my filament from one source, and it's all kind of one price, depending on the color anyway, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference for me. So there we go. So we've got our 10 options right here, and you can add secondary colors if you want, but I don't tend to bother with that too much. If you really wanted to give as much detail as possible, you could use centimeters, and then once you print it out, you could measure it, which is another good way. But for me personally, I've never used this box here really. If I'm going to put the measurements, I'm going to put it up in the description, because people are more likely to see it as they're reading through it. And then this is an important bit. So tags, you're going to want to put hook door hook. Oh, door hook. Then we'll do fixtures. Then we'll do general, multi-purpose, coat hanger. I mean, you kind of get the idea. You're just going to want to, put as much things which is adjacent to the item that you're kind of trying to sell. So you're just going to want to do that, and you're going to want to fill out all of these if you can. So obviously I've got 6 left, but I'm just kind of doing this as an example for you. So yeah, materials, you can do PLA or whatever you're printing with. Then delivery, obviously this is my delivery profile, so I hit apply. So I apply mine all the time. Then what you're going to want to do is, I obviously have a returns and exchange policy, and I also have my listings set to manual. So what that does is every time it expires after the 4 months, then I'll decide whether I want to continue that item in the shop or not. Or if I don't want to continue it, then I can, either tweak the item if I feel it's not selling as well as it should be, or whatever the situation is. I can then kind of go from there. So obviously then you'll hit publish. Obviously it's 20 cents each time you post a listing, and obviously every time it renews it takes 20 cents also. But that's kind of the basic. You can add a few extra things if you want, or you can really fill out this description to give the viewer or the potential buyer as much information as you can. That's going to help them out quite a lot. So all right, then that's pretty much how I do a listing. Obviously it's everyone's a little bit different the way they do it, but yeah, that's it, and I'll see you on the next one.